and welcome back to Pyre. In the last one, we freed Ruki of his debt, so that's pretty good, I have to say. And now we're gonna be moving on to the next area, I guess. But first, we gotta figure out where we're going. Oh, we're going there. What? Several shining stars, a trick of the eye, or is it the will of the scribes? Who can say? I too once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rite, and I believe only we, the Nightwings, have this gift. I realized that in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we in turn influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. Fulford's planner. Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Using Fulford's planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the current standings of your adversaries. Fulford shall keep this information up to date for the remainder of your quest. You may look over it now or any time in the Black Wagon or while searching the stars. Oh, okay. Okay. So we're winning, clearly. Rights until next liberation. Unknown. Liberation. Exiles required. Additional exiles required. Okay. Triumphant with the highest favor is poised to take on the Nightwings in the next liberation rite. So they do. Last standing. The Tempters are recently surpassed in favor relative to other triumvirates. Recently surpassed in favor relative to other triumvirates. Recently rose. Neither rose nor fell. Rose. So we're gonna go against the Fates. Or I can go up against Let me just look over that planner again, just to make sense of it. So they're the highest right now. The Fate. Might as well go from top to bottom, alright? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's go here. So we're gonna go against the Fate again. Adversaries or no, I hope Dalbert and Almer have been holding up. Seems they've been through quite a lot. True. Then he shares with you what details he attained of your next adversaries. Delbert Oldheart, an adversary who showed you respect and even generosity, despite his advanced age. He also made for a formidable opponent, he and his son. The so-called Elmer the Hopeless, ever present at his father's side. He was abandoned as an infant before Delbert found him and raised him as his own. Delbert taught his son everything he knew of his cultural heritage, as a descendant of one of the Alpha chiefs thought to be descended from Jumur Many-Mane himself. However, his more vocal attempts to preserve old Kur traditions in the Commonwealth often fell on deaf ears, or even roused the anger of officials. One day, he insisted on celebrating Fang's song among the wishes of his family. His family's caution was well-founded in this case, and he was taken into custody. An old Kur holiday in which a single pack of Kurs vanquished an entire... Okay, Jameer's jaws. Okay. As for Almer, as his father was led away, he put up enough of a fight to where he wound up sharing his father's cell, and soon enough his sentence. In the downside, their faith brought them in contact with a pack of spiritual Kurs residing in Jumur Valley. In time, they became acquainted with the rites and helped to revitalize a long-struggling triumvirate known as the Fate. They've since struggled on, at times flirting with freedom, though seldom getting within striking distance. Yet, still, they long to find a way to return to their ancestral home and family. Poor Dalbert. Seems like a decent enough sort. Same for his son. In any case, we'll see them soon enough. Let's get some rest for now. You bid Hedwin a good evening. It is too late to take flight, so you make plans to rise at dawn to continue your travels. Okay, I'll talk to Rookie. And then there's so much I want to see. Like we found out the reason Rookie, Sparkly. Why do we have so? Oh, Volfred's planner. I wish I had that detailed of a planner. Jeez, I'd have my life so much better in order. Same with my grammar, maybe. As you approach Rookie, you sense none of his usual anxious energy. And free. And he rushes up to you to a return to form. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm stuck down here with all the rest of you. It's like I can finally go to set aside this giant bag of rocks I've been carrying around. You know what I mean? Yeah, I feel you, buddy. Wanted to say thanks, sister, for giving me a hand with the little situation between myself and Barker. I don't think I'd have it in me to stand up to him unless I knew you and the others had my back. The power of friendship. Now at least old Mama Greentail won't have any trouble from him on the other side. Aww. She's still waiting for her Rookie boy to come home, but at least she won't be getting hassled by a bunch of nasty curs just 'cause I struck a lousy deal. So yeah, sister, you ever need something, I owe you one, and then some. Cur's oath. He prances out of the wagon, a newfound lightness in his step. Yes! Raise that hope. Okay. Common room. Okay, so his crime is unknown still. Okay, so we know the reason why she was banished. So her crime is vagrancy, motive none, years XL2. She was a special child, left abandoned, and despite her seemingly simple nature, she possessed a strange affinity for the old ways. One day, she was taken in by the authorities, and when she revealed her fixations about the scribes, she was deemed witless, and when no one claimed responsibility for her, she was cast into exile. In the downside, she has wandered aimlessly in search of more clues about the legendary heroes who so fascinate her. Aww. Unknown. Crime unknown. Alright. Let's look here. Book of Rights. I'll read through it quickly. Yonders. Oh. Oh, this is it. The Descendants. I myself, a who, did form the Descendants. Under this simple tenet, those who do not belong, belong. The other scribes, some of them showed at first reluctance to allow an imp and one a curse to designate one of the 9 triumvirates. But Myrrh, the horned one, stubborn as he was, stood by my side. In time they came to understand, for I remained as ever at their side, a living bit of proof of their absurdity. The Descendants are an extension of my oddity. Those who do not adhere, they are not to be discarded, underestimated, or dismissed. They're as necessary as those against whom they rebel. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. Alright. Let's move on. Ba, 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 ba. Continue. I have to go. Yeah, okay. I have to go over here, right? What is this? As you soar above the waters of Grimgulf, you notice Sir Gilman's sail up to you very slowly. You're very, very, very high above the waters. If this knight is not mistaken, this knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Unfortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. You're funny. Okay. Interesting how the other triumvirates have the kind of same, yeah, same boat type wagon thing. The forbidden cairn of Ahu lies below. Not many exiles see fit to cross beyond it. Some fear that the listless remains of Shaq's 6 shoulders shall snatch him up if they attempt to cross. Others simply do not want to pass through to flagging hands. A bone titan slain by that guy. This guy. Few know its true significance as we do, although your adversaries, the fate, should be on their way there now. Soon, you shall confront them once again. Jameer Valley. You touch down in the heart of Jameer Valley, where first you face the fate and the Descendants. You briefly wonder where they might be now and how they fare. You now have little time before having to set forth by land. Nothing? Okay. No one seems very much inclined to explore the blistering environs here, except for Faye, who is more upbeat even than usual. Sacred bathe in mud cleanses the mind. At least, I think it does. But come look. She draws you by the hand toward one of the muddy pits and jumps right in, laughing. At first you are put off, and yet her joy is infectious. Soon you're in better spirits, as is she. You return together to the wagon, where you find yourself with time and motivation to pursue your vocations. She's so sweet. I'm gonna talk to Faye. How you doing, girl? Faye seems to be speaking to herself again. She's unaware of your presence, or shows no sign of it, at least. Mercy, freedom, they're intertwined. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. Mercy shall engender union among all our different kind. She is reciting passages from the Book of Rights, though, to your knowledge, she cannot read. Freedom to the worthy. The downside cannot let us all go free. Thus, freedom to the worthy. Is that not so, O Saint Trista? Is it not the conclusion which you formed with your 7 most trusted friends? She pauses for a while, as though listening, and nods her head from time to time. Yes, I see. Well, I am ever grateful to you, Saint Trista, for your guidance and your presence. And I wish all of your friends safe passage here among the stars. It must be so very beautiful out there. With your wings you can fly freely, can't you, Saint? You can visit me at any time, come and go as you please from the stars all the way here. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. I know, and yet sometimes I wish I was like you, or like Miss Hamitha. Someone's vacuuming upstairs. Fake? Okay. But I know I'm the way I am because I'm meant to be this way, and I know that you are always watching, so thank you, Saint Teresa Tillith. Thank you and your friends. She wanders out into the afternoon, leaving you there to consider her words. In the Commonwealth, her unwavering faith in the 8 scribes would have been seen as a delusion. Such prayer or communion was forbidden. The scribes were mythical figures, but even they worshipped the stars, and it was the stars that lighted the way for the founders of the Commonwealth, or so its leaders thought. So many books. Jameer Valley. I'm just gonna leave it here. Anyone can pause it at any time. Cool. Bye. Bye, book. There's just so much more to this than I thought. Okay, I'm gonna study in private. You locate a secluded area nearby where you should be able to study the Book of Rites. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Let's get more presents. You attune yourself to the strange and mystic properties of the Book of Rites, embracing such as possible, that which cannot be explained or truly known. Inspiration comes to you in a flash, whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Tenacity. Finish studying. Continue. Alright. I'm gonna head to the next rite, and then we're gonna end it there. Hopefully. Oh, there we go. Oh my gosh, she is so cute! Here in the dry flats of Jameer Valley, you encounter a messenger imp come to deliver news and rumors from the other side. This imp is so cute! Oh! The news this time pertains to Judariel, whom you liberated in the fall of Solemn. You hear Judariel's past transgressions have all been forgotten. She soon will be reinstated on the blood border, in the presumption that she wanted her old status back. In fact, she was offered an especially I cannot read today. Ugh. In fact, she was offered an especially prestigious leadership position in the First Vale, for a demon such as she could not have been seen in the streets. An elite platoon shot in secrecy, other than the famous result of its operations. Ooh! But she refused the gesture. Rather bluntly, the reporter suggests. Instead, she sought Volfred's agents, as well as several of her former fostered sons and daughters, and so the ranks of the revolution grew stronger. The last part of the messenger imp's news must have been damaged in transit, though appears to be in Judariel's own words. All you can tell is that it says, await. You thank the messenger imp for relaying this information. Your companions are excited to discuss the news. You give it to him for us, Jody. I knew you had it in you. Do you think she still has her horns now that she's back up there? Wonder what the rest of her message said. She's an inspiration to us all, or to this night, she is at least. There's nothing she can't handle. I miss her bad sometimes, but I'm glad she's alright. What did Tito say? Jesus fired out about the news of Jodariel's return to the Commonwealth. The news of Jodariel's liberation fills you and your fellow exiles with newfound resolve. Hey! Jody. Alright. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you'll come back for more. Okay.